Alrighty, so yesterday marked the 2 years since I created this YouTube channel, and I'm almost on empty. Today we're going to rack up 6,000 kilometers on the Vulcan, so I thought why not go for a ride and give my opinion on owning this bike. It's almost been 2 years, almost 6,000 kilometers. Let's go. Here we go, 6,000 kilometers coming up on the Vulcan S. Trusty old steed she is. There we go, 6,000 kilometers on the Vulcan. Woo! Today is the 16th of April 2025, and this morning I was due to do my open class test. So I'm currently on my P's or RE here in Australia, approved to ride a Lamb's motorcycle, which this thing is, and it's been 2 years since I passed my test. At the start of April, so I think it was like the 3rd of April or something like that. So yeah, had this test booked in for I think last 2-3 weeks, and 4:33 last night, 3 minutes after the office closed, I get a text message saying they have to cancel it. I was ropeable, I'll tell you that much for free. Fucking dot, seriously. Anyway, called them up, finally got onto someone after being on hold. They said maybe the instructor's called in sick or something. I gave them a what for, not good enough, taking time off work, blah blah blah, all that crap. Anyway, so they've rescheduled my booking for the 2nd of May, so 16 days to a couple of weeks. Here's what it is. Anyway, I think of the positives, I get a bit more time to practice a few things. The real reason for today's video is it's not going to be a review, it's just going to be my opinions on the bike that I've had for the last 2 years. We've had some ups and downs on the bike, as you can tell right here with a few dents. Now I'm spewing because the only reason these dents are here is because I think the handlebar clamps were either loosened by me and not correctly tightened for whatever reason, or they were from factory and I never set them up properly. Whichever way, it was my fault. I should have gone through the bike when I first got it and set it up, but I didn't, so the handlebars had bent down when I had the accident. Now I've absolutely loved this bike over the last 2 years. Loved the riding position, so cruiser style. It's got the Ninja 650 motor in it, so the same motor as your Kawasaki Ninja 650, just in a different riding position, I guess. So lots of power, all the power you need as a learner, and even more. Like I could literally keep this bike as an open class rider. There's no reason why I couldn't. It does everything I need it to. I won't keep it. The only reason I will keep it for the short term is because I can't afford the bike that I want. But yeah, I've definitely got something in mind, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Hopefully I can get some cash in the back pocket and yeah, make that happen. But it's still probably going to be a green machine, you know. Love a good Kawasaki. But for what this thing's worth, I think it was like 10.5 grand, brand spanking new off the showroom floor, 0 kilometers on it. That's pretty good value for this sort of motorbike. The best thing that I think I did to this bike was most certainly putting the exhaust on it, because not only did it sound shit when I first got it with a stock exhaust, it just doesn't do it any justice, I guess. And yeah, I personally rather be heard, you know, especially driving around in city traffic sort of thing. There's some pretty stupid drivers getting around nowadays, and the amount of fucking people that use their phones while they drive is absolutely disgusting. So having that louder exhaust definitely makes me feel a bit more comfortable on the bike, and it just changes the whole feel of the bike, I think. Like riding around with a little lawnmower exhaust on it doesn't really raise the testosterone levels, does it? Now the other must-have mods, I guess you'd call them, that I've got on the bike is the mirrors. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the stock ones. I'm very visually focused. I like things to look nice and have a nice flow, and they didn't. Obviously they have to have them like that, but I didn't want it like that, so I changed them, got my far end mounts. Yeah, I'm happy with them. Would I do it again on another bike? Probably not. They suit this bike, I think, so it works for what it is. So, one thing that I wouldn't want to do is get pulled over on this bike. Police up ahead here, so just keep the revs nice and low, change the gears nice and early, so we're not too suspicious. Very first reels on the channel was down this road. Absolutely picturesque area of Perth, right by the river, beautiful big palm trees, city to the left. So that's it, 23 Kawasaki Vulcan S, 650, Leeds approved model. Underbar mirrors, Djokovic slash cut, ceramic coated exhaust mod. I don't think I would enjoy the bike as much as I do without that. I think that makes a world of difference. If you're going to get one, don't keep a stock exhaust. Got the custom made tail tidy here, so I made that. It's not legal, but yeah, whatever. I much prefer it without the ugly bloody indicators. So this is just a bit of aluminium bar bent around. This is pre-made indicator that I bought from local motorcycle shop Rogue in Perth here. So yeah, you can see there, indicators on, brake light in the middle. Yeah, it does its job. This doesn't have a number plate light or a reflector, so yeah, completely illegal, but whatever. So I did have the pillion seat on there. I've got the pillion pegs, taken the seat off, put the rack on. As an RE rider here in Perth or in Western Australia, I'm not actually allowed to have a pillion anyway, and this mod, you call it a mod, but these foot pegs being installed probably don't class it as a Lambs bike anymore either, so that's something to keep in mind when you're a Lambs approved rider. I also got rid of the front indicators, put these little bullet ones on. Much happier with these. These are, yeah, heaps nicer. I don't see this bike other than me riding it, so I don't know how well people can pick them up, but I don't do too much night riding on this anyway, so yeah, I think it looks pretty neat with those indicator mods anyway. What I'll do is I'll see if I can get on there and show you camera down there. Otherwise I'll jump on and I guess I'll leave it on the stand. So this is the riding position that I ride in, probably a bit slouched down here. I don't know, this doesn't feel natural to me. Probably would help with the sore back, but this is how I ride. So right angle to the body, kick forward a bit, hands, you know, almost fully extended, not quite, but a little bend, and then kind of just below shoulder height here. Yeah, it's alright, but like I said, what's it been, nearly 2 hours now. We've done nearly 100 k's on the bike in and around Perth, so back and arse is getting a bit sore now. That's the Vulcan S, 6,000 kilometers, 2 years riding. I still love it. I'd still keep, well, I'm still going to keep this until I upgrade. For now it's doing me well, but yeah, like I said, I probably wouldn't, if I had my time again, I probably wouldn't go down the cruiser route. I'd probably go down the sports bike route, or